हेलो दोस्तों, वेलकम बैक टू द सेकेंड एपिसोड ऑफ माय पॉडकास्ट सीरीज़। आज हम सर से अंकित सर से बात करने वाले हैं। ही इज़ डूइंग हिज PhD फ्रॉम JNU। JNU इज़ अ वेरी रेप्यूटेड कॉलेज एंड मेरा भी सर सपना है कि मैं JNU में कभी पढूं। थैंक यू सो मच सर फॉर एक्सेप्टिंग माय इनविटेशन एंड इट्स एन ऑनर कि आप इस पॉडकास्ट के गेस्ट हैं। थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Thank you, Yash. Thank you. Thank you for calling me.
Yes.
Yeah, this will be my first podcast. I mean, before that, I have talked to news media or like conferences, but not like one to one, like like this kind of new JNG.
So I would like you to introduce first of all to every one of us.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. This is Ankit Kumar. Basically, I am from Bihar, but for the last 2 3 years, we have shifted to the Bangalore. I did my graduation from St. Xavier's College in political science. After that, I came to the JNU. I did my master in IR, international relation, where I read about all how the power play works, how United States, how the Russia, how China, they the UNSC member, United Nation Security Council member, how India works at the international level, at the diplomatic level. This thing you'll not find on your media, on your newspaper. These things are very subtle thing. So mostly the elite of a society, like Indian elites, bureaucrats, diplomats, academicians, these people handle this thing. So for a common man, a layman from coming from Bihar, it's my dream to to read about it, to unravel the mystery of diplomacy, how international relations work, why Burkina Faso or Malaysia, does not nobody gives. I mean, pardon for my language, but nobody gives fuck about Burkina Faso and Malaysia, but everybody gives a fuck about United States, China, Russia, UK, France, Germany, or India. Why? I always even ask myself. So this course, I have learned many theory, many different perspective, how to see these great country, and how these great country have playing this whole global game, not from the just 20 or 30 years. They are playing it from the last like 2000 years.
ओके सर। सर अब मुझे आपका अटेंशन चाइना पे लाना है। आई वुड लाइक यू टू टॉक अबाउट अग्रेसिव बिजनेस माइंडसेट ऑफ चाइना। कि सर
Uh,
अभी आप देख रहे होंगे कि चाइना की जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है श्रीलंका में और पाकिस्तान में भी, इट्स वेरी अग्रेसिव। यू नो कि मतलब वो सेल्फिश माइंडसेट है। बस अब चाइना अपने आप का ही सोचता है, उससे कोई पड़ी नहीं है दूसरे देश की एनवायरनमेंट की। तो वाई इज़ इट लाइक दैट? और सर चाइना का जो नींव है, जो फाउंडेशन है, इट्स बेस्ड ऑन बुद्धिज़्म, राइट? मेजोरिटी ऑफ द पीपल फॉलो बुद्धिज़्म। मतलब बुद्धिज़्म इतना पीसफुल रिलीजन है, पर फिर भी चाइनीज़ पीपल का जो माइंडसेट है, वाई इज़ इट सो अग्रेसिव? यस सर।
ओके ओके एक थोड़ा सा मैं करेक्शन करता
ओके।
हूँ. बुद्धिज्म इज नॉट द लार्जेस्ट रिलीजन इन चाइना. इट्स जस्ट 20% पीपल फॉलो इट. More than 70-75% population in China are atheist.
ओके।
They don't follow. Okay, so the only 20 18 to 20% people follow Buddhism. Of course, it's the largest group in the religion. But
सॉरी सर फॉर
you
द
know,
रॉन्ग मिस इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन।
इट्स ओके इट्स ओके. चाइना ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है, तो उसको समझने के पहले उसका थोड़ा सा पिछला हिस्ट्री जानते हैं, थोड़ा सा कल्चर जानते हैं कि हाउ चाइनीज पीपल थिंक. इफ यू वांट टू लर्न हाउ चाइनीज पीपल विल रिएक्ट टू यू, यू मस्ट गो इनटू देयर हेड, राइट.
यस।
किसी को इंडियन पीपल का साइकी समझना हो, तो ही मस्ट हैव टू रीड महाभारत, ही मस्ट
राइट।
हैव टू रीड रामायण, क्योंकि डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली हमारे बिहेवियर में ये आ जाता है, राइट. इनडायरेक्टली डायरेक्टली
कल्चर।
घर में हो, टेलीविजन हो, आवर लीडर्स चाहे लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ वसुदेव कुटुंबकम. ये हमारा उपनिषद में है, राइट.
राइट।
कि द वर्ल्ड इज आवर फैमिली, बट स्टिल लाइक इंडिया इज लाइक, यू मस्ट अवेयर दैट इन 2023 इंडिया G20 को भी ये होस्ट कर रहा है, और
यस।
एससीओ को होस्ट कर रहा है, राइट, 2023 में. तो हमारा जो टैगलाइन है वही वसुदेव कुटुंबकम, द वर्ल्ड इज माय फैमिली. ओके, तो आई गेटिंग माय पॉइंट कि culture, religion, your textbook, your ancient textbook is very important. How you think. ओके, तो चाइना का जो कल्चर है, चाइना इज वन ऑफ द ओल्डेस्ट सिविलाइजेशन ऑन द अर्थ. It has a history of more than 4,000 years, even like more larger than India. I can't say on on other platform, but that's the reality. Okay, it's the one of the largest, and one of the professor medicine. You can search medicine. He did a research, very interesting research. What he found that from the ancient period till 17th 18th century, I mean before the arrival of European in the China, okay,
Okay.
China was the world's largest economy. Okay,
Great.
just imagine. So right now the common people like you and me and the normal people, उनको लग रहा कि चाइनीज तो अभी वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमी फर्स्ट बन जाएंगे यूएस के बाद. बट जो चाइनीज पीपल है, उनके साइकी में, उनके लिए न्यू बात नहीं है.
पहले से ही थे
They
वो.
are just exactly. You hit the bullseye. I
यस.
mean, they are saying कि this is not normal for me. I mean, sorry, this is not surprising for me. This is not the something I'm proud of. This is who I am. Are you getting my point?
ओके.
Are you getting my point? वो कह रहे हैं कि 1800 1900 जो भी 2000 साल में we are the leading civilization in science and tech, medicine, everything. Okay, everything. Chinese people were so very hardworking people. So they are very proud. They are very nationalist. So जो medicine है, you can put it. You can search on. I'll send his book later. Okay, on your WhatsApp.
यस सर.
You can put it on on your video.
यस.
He did a very good research, and it's a very authentic research. It's not your time pass research. It's a very authentic research. He has done a lot of parameters. So he concluded that for just 200 years, मतलब after 1800 to just 20 century 2000 तक, just China was the China became very poor. Why? Because in 18th century Britain came, and 1840 there was an opium war, and Britain annihilated the Chinese navy, because Britain was powered by the industrial revolution. They
राइट.
have cannons, big cannons, aircraft carrier, and so many things. Okay, and Chinese could not compete that. That's why China have a conception of century of humiliation. आई मीन एक सेंचुरी 100 साल वो ह्यूमिलिएशन है, और उसको रोज याद करते हैं. If you watch their if you read their newspaper Global Times, CGTN, or like watch their YouTube or either like Weibo or like WeChat, वो हमेशा अपने लोगों को बताते हैं कि 100 साल जो था ये था सेंचुरी ऑफ ह्यूमिलिएशन. जस्ट इमेजिन. इंडिया तो मतलब उसके कंपेयर में like we have been like Britishers Britishers like slaved us for the 200 years to 50 years. Before that the Islamic invasion happened for the 600-700 years. Just imagine. China बस सिर्फ 200 साल, just 100 and 200 years, from 1800 onwards 1840 to 1900 or 200, like 2000, अभी just 20 साल पहले बीता है, तब तक ही they were kind of poor, or not treated very good in a way, like, but they were always leading superpower.
राइट.
That's why China में एक concept है किंगडम ऑफ हेवन. वो चाइना को कहते हैं कि चाइना इज द किंगडम ऑफ हेवन. जो हेवन भगवान ऊपर रहते हैं, उसका किंगडम है ऑन अर्थ. एंड एक और टर्म है मिडिल किंगडम. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड अबाउट मिडिल किंगडम सिंड्रोम. बेसिकली वो मानते हैं कि पूरा पृथ्वी पे ऑन द होल अर्थ चाइना वाज द मिडिल वन. एंड मिडिल वन क्या रिप्रेजेंट करता है? मिडिल वन रिप्रेजेंट करता है द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वन, राइट?
राइट.
So they think that कि चाइना was the most important nation, and इसके आसपास जो नेशन है they are the tributary state of China. Tributary समझते हो कि चलो तुम छोटा छोटा दोस्त हो, मैं तुम पे अटैक नहीं करूंगा, बट यू हैव टू गिव ट्रिब्यूट एवरी ईयर. हर साल आप आओगे चाइना में तो बीट वियतनाम, बीट लाओस, बीट कंबोडिया, बीट साउथ कोरिया, हिस्ट्री में they used to go and pay tribute to their Chinese king, Chinese emperor. सो ये मैं कॉन्सेप्ट इसलिए बता रहा हूँ कि चाइनीज माइंड में अभी नहीं है कि उनको सुपर पावर बनना. आई गेटिंग माय पॉइंट.
Right.
Like Americans have Americans were super power for the last like 20 years, 30 years. Till 1991 there was two pole, right? In the Cold War we have like USSR, earlier Russia, and the USA. Both were competing for the, both were competing for the, superpower setup. Of course both were already superpower, but in 1991 the USSR disintegrated due to economic reasons. They can't compete, socialism don't work always. So USA won 1991. For the 2-3 decades, like US were like unipolar power world. I mean, they are the only power, the only superpower who can which can project their military at any time, at every, at every place of the earth. Like America, how many bases American have more than 800 bases across the globe. Okay, just for your sake, like Indian army is in India, right? Chinese army in China, or except the Djibouti, just they have taken a naval conferences. Americans have 800 bases. Americans are in Europe. Americans are in Indian Ocean. Americans are in Latin America. Americans are in Africa. Americans are in Eastern Asia. They're everywhere. Everywhere. Just imagine you have 800 bases all across the globe. The kind of power you can project.
Right.
ओके. तो जस्ट मैं वही बता रहा हूँ कि अमेरिकन अमेरिकन का जो ये न्यू सुपर पावर की ये मीनिंग है, ये न्यू टर्म है, राइट? वी हैव बिकम, कहते हैं ना कि यू हैव बिकम द न्यू गाय, न्यू रिच गाय. तो ये तो अभी न्यू है. फॉर चाइनीज पीपल, फॉर चाइनीज, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, फॉर टू अंडरस्टैंड चाइना, that's why Chinese people don't see in the Middle Kingdom concept. वो अगले देश को एक sovereign नहीं समझते कि you are equal, I am equal. Let's sit. According to Vienna Congress, every country treats other country with equal, sovereignty, with equal respect. Maybe your country is small, like maybe you are Nepal, or maybe you are Bhutan, or maybe you are like Burkina Faso. But diplomatically, I will respect you, like India will respect, and they will also, give respect to India. But these things you will not find in China. Why? Well, Indian concept of IR is Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam.
Right.
It's very, defensive. It's like my world is family. When my world is family, how can I discriminate other smaller nation? But in Chinese psyche, what they have the concept of kingdom of heaven. We are the people of, our country is the comes from the heaven, under the God. We are the middle kingdom. We are the main kingdom. I mean, we are the middle one. You all are our, at the at the fringes of my boundary. So you have to respect me, you have to pay tribute me, not in earlier way, but you have to pay respect me. Okay, that is why. Now coming to your question, you have asked about Sri Lanka, and that's why I have given, a little bit
Yes,
of
sir. Yes. Background.
historical significance. Now you can understand that, there is a, China know that if in Asia only country who can stop China, that is India, because both have similar kind of, population. We have similarly fairly kind of population, like 1.4 billion. We have also 1.4. We just surpassed, I think, 1-2 months ago,
Yes.
right? India have a lot of potential. Okay, if India started to, like, if Indian economy grow at current pace, by 2030, by 2035, according to IMF, according to World Bank, according to, there are so many top research institutions, we are going to become third largest economy. Okay, third largest. Right now, we are the fifth largest economy. Fifth. We are going to become third largest economy. So China को पता है, अगर मेरे को इस एशिया रीजन में any country who can even think to stop me, वो पोटेंशियल किसके अंदर है? इंडिया के अंदर है. ओके,
Right.
सो दैट्स वाई अगर इंडिया को मैं उलझा देता हूं, कहते हैं ना कि अपने ही एरिया में, साउथ एशिया में, तो ये साउथ एशिया से बाहर निकल ही नहीं पाएगा कि इंडियन ओशन में और साउथ चाइना सी में आके हेल्प करें, और टू बिकम अ मेजर थ्रेट फॉर चाइना इन द फ्यूचर. दैट्स वाई बीट पाकिस्तान और बीट लाइक श्रीलंका, उन्होंने लोन इसीलिए दिया था, उनको पता डेप्ट ट्रैप पॉलिसी है, डेप्ट ट्रैप डिप्लोमेसी है, जस्ट चेकबुक डिप्लोमेसी कहते हैं। यू गो टू द कंट्री एंड से कि व्हाट यू वांट, तो other people will say we want bridges, we want ye, we want wo. The thing is, you want anything, the thing is, you can't build any infrastructure without any economic viability, economic sustainability, right? Aap suppose if you are doing a job, you can't buy a 1 CR car if you can't like pay EMI, right?
Right.
You have to have buy a Maruti Suzuki if you are earning 1 lakh month, right? You can't like you can buy a Mercedes, but after 10-20 years after you will like store a lot of money, then you can buy. So Sri Lanka just took that loan, and Chinese company came to the China, came to the Sri Lanka, made bridges, highway, airports, and all infrastructure things. Okay. अब वही वाली बात हो गई कि सैलरी आपकी 1 लाख है, you have now bought the Mercedes S class. Now you have to pay 50,000 or 70,000 per month to China. Now how you are going to pay? Your salary is just 1 lakh, man. Are you getting my point? Now extrapolate it to the Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is that guy who is earning 1 lakh rupees and has bought a Mercedes S class. Are you getting my point?
Right.
Now, and China को पता था कि he is not going to give me money. And उनको पता था China has a lot of money. I'll come to economics, how China grow right now. तो उसको पता था, तो that's why Chinese ने एक एयरपोर्ट लिया हम्बन टोटा,
Right.
एंड वहां पे 99 years के लिए लीच लिया, लाइक दे कैन कम टू दैट प्लेस, और वहाँ हमेशा पे वो भेजते रहते हैं रिसर्च रिसर्च व्हीकल भेजते रहते हैं। बेसिकली वो मिलिट्री व्हीकल है, बट अंडर द गार्ब ऑफ रिसर्च व्हीकल दे सेंड देयर शिप्स टू द श्रीलंका। क्यों? यू मस्ट रिमेम्बर हमारा जो श्री हरिकोटा इसरो defense study, sorry, DRDO, everything is located on the eastern side of India. If you have if you have look at our Indian map in the eastern side of the map, so to get the data, like हम लोग ब्रह्मोस, there are so many missiles, rockets, satellites send करते हैं, तो everything has a frequency for electromagnetic waves, उसको कैप्चर करने के लिए टू स्टडी इंडियन हाउ इंडियन मिसाइल वर्क, हाउ इंडियन ब्रह्मोस मिसाइल वर्क, सो दैट इफ वॉर कम लाइक इन 10 or 15 years, so they have already cracked that version of Indian BrahMos. If they know how Indian BrahMos missile work, they will make a counter missile that will just null and void your missile. That's why they are coming to the Sri Lanka, getting the data from the the Indian Ocean and the India. So it's a kind of thing. And what you said about second question, I just forgot. You have
Uh,
asked about second.
so the second,
Business, yeah,
aggressive business
business,
mindset.
aggressive, yeah, yeah. Coming to your point. Yash, one of the most interesting thing is capitalism is capitalism. You know capitalism, right?
Yes, sir.
Everyone has freedom. You can do what you want. Government is not going to वो जो लाइसेंस राज होता है हमारे यहाँ पे पहले था कि you want to buy a car, you want to buy a telephone. हमारे वो इन्फोसिस के सीईओ ने कहा था, नारायण मूर्ति जी ने कहा था कि जब उन्होंने इन्फोसिस खोला था तो उनको टेलीफोन लाइन लेने के लिए 5 years लग गया। जस्ट इमेजिन द काइंड ऑफ हेडेक, 5 years। तो ये जो ब्यूरोक्रेटिक हसल है ना, जो बाबू डोम है, इसने नॉट जस्ट इंडिया, India was earlier also a socialist country, kind of socialist, kind of leading country, we have socialist policy till 1991। तो उसी तरह चाइना भी बहुत सोशलिस्ट कंट्री हुआ करता था, अभी भी है कम्युनिस्ट कंट्री, बट फॉर वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग in our academics, what we used to say, China is more capitalist than United States. China is more capitalist than United States. Just imagine. Okay. Now why I'm saying this? Till 1978, Mao died in Mao just like we have like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru. Mao was the supreme leader of China, the communist leader China, under the leaders of Mao, China became a communist country, and 1945 in 1949 they established an independent communist country. Okay. Till 1976 they followed similar kind of economy like India, even more than, okay, socialist kind of economy. We can't import or export, we don't trade with any other, self independent, and the typical thing, okay, typical. That was chaos for China. Millions died क्योंकि खाने के लिए कुछ नहीं था, फेमिन था इतना, लोग मार रहे थे एक दूसरे को. The situation was worse. Let me also tell you right now, in 1990 China per capita income but similar to India's per capita income.
Right.
But right now, US has a per capita income of $74,000. China has a per capita. It means an average American in 1 year earns $74,000 in United States. Okay, whereas average Chinese earns $10,000, 10,500 something, 10.5k dollars in a year in China. Whereas the per capita income in India is around just 2,200. So an average Indian earns $2,200 in 1 year. So are you getting the differences? How an average Chinese earns more than 5 times than you or me earn. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Like we are earning $2,200 in 1 year. The an average earning Chinese like earning they are earning 10.5k dollars in once. So an average Chinese earning 5 times.
Yes.
That's the gap. Even if you see our GDP nominal terms, US has an economy of like 20, 24, 25 trillion, right? US dollar economy in nominal terms. China has an like 19 trillion dollar economy. Okay, the first one United States 24, the second one China 19 point something trillion economy. The third one is India. We have an economy of 3.7 trillion economy. So are you getting my point? I mean, China is just 3 or 4, 5 trillion less than United States. Okay, and US is not growing at very fast. Okay, so the US आगे बढ़ नहीं रहा and China is like getting 4 or 5%. So just imagine, just multiply 19 trillion base पे 6%. So you are creating 1 or 2 trillion just 6%, right?
Right.
You are adding 1 to 2 trillion your economy just every year. That's why India में इतना potential है कि India, if India works like that and India grows like that 6%, 7%, okay, for the next 10 years, 15 years, will become third largest economy. Will not surpass China. We will surpass China by 2050. Okay,
Okay.
2050, 2049, 2050. So now coming to now this point, till 1979, till 1978, China was a very socialist country. No trade, nothing. Just self-independent kind of thing. Uh, in 1979, there was a reformer. After Mao died, their first ruler, Tang Xiaoping came to the power. He was very pragmatic leader, very pragmatic. He said that I don't care about capitalism or socialism. China will become, China will continue to be a communist country, but will open Chinese economy to the rest of the world. Just come to China, make like just we are hearing about na make in India by Narendra Modi after 2014. They are doing make in China from 1978. Just imagine how many steps they are forward from us, like 2, 3 decades, 4 decades.
राइट. और
That's
सर
why I was
यहीं
like,
पर मैं एक क्वेश्चन और पूछना चाहूँगा
yeah,
कि
yeah,
इंडिया और
बिल्कुल.
चाइना को इंडिपेंडेंस सेम टाइम पीरियड में मिला था, राइट?
Exactly. Even China got independent after 2 years. India did. India
यस.
got independent in 1947.
तो इंडिया
China did it
तो
in 1949.
तो इंडिया
तो
कहाँ कम रह गया सर? वाई
मैं बता रहा हूँ, मैं बता रहा हूँ. तो उन्होंने अपनी इकोनॉमी 1978 में खोल दी, ठीक है, और उन्होंने ओपनिंग खोल दी. यूएस को, यूरोप को उन्होंने कहा आओ यहाँ मेरे यहाँ ये बिजनेस करो, और चूंकि हमारे यहाँ इतना लेबर है तो चीप लेबर, यू विल गेट चीप लेबर. तो तुम्हारा जो मैकबुक का कॉस्ट होगा बहुत कम आएगा, जो ये अपैरल हो गया या ये क्लॉथ्स होंगे उसके कॉस्ट बहुत कम आएगा. दैट इज वाई many Fortune 500 company, European company, they just go back to the China. क्योंकि आप जापान में क्यों करोगे या साउथ कोरिया में, जब उससे कम में पर यूनिट आप चाइना में कर रहे हो? चाइना हैज आल्सो वेरी लार्ज नंबर ऑफ पॉपुलेशन, तो आप चाइना में ही बेच सकते हो। आई गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? चाइना चाइना का डोमेस्टिक डोमेस्टिक जो मार्केट है उसमें भी आप एंट्री ले रहे हो। मतलब यू हैव ए पॉपुलेशन ऑफ 700-800 मिलियन पीपल, और पूरे वर्ल्ड में भी आप एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हो उसी जो चीप लेबर को यूज करके। तो China opened their opened its economy in 1978. We opened our economy after more than one decade. We opened our economy in 1991
Okay.
by our former under the leadership of P.V. Narasimha Rao, and at that time our our finance minister was Dr. Manmohan Singh. He has started LPG model, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Now, what China said before in 1978, we are saying in 1991. So I got it my point. So
Right.
they have a head start. कहते हैं ना, वो हेड स्टार्ट उनको पहले ही मिल गया। कितना? 10 से 12 साल। I got it my point.
Right.
So they just grow economy, and this is the one reason. The other reason also, in India, India is a democratic country. If you
Right.
want to establish SEZ, if you want to make 6-lane highway, if you want to make look bullet train, like in India, people can go to the court. I want to sell the my
Land.
field. This is my agriculture property. I will not sell it. Just go. Government can't force it, right?
Correct.
You have to consult it. In China, there is no you can't do it. If government have done something, because it's an authoritarian country, but not authoritarian. I'm just trying to convey authoritarian. It's not like other authoritarian country like Russia or other country like North Korea. Here, there is a contract kind of thing. If we'll not talk about politics in China, you'll not talk about politics. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, they have just one social contract. If my leader is providing economic growth and prosperity to me, to my family, then I don't care about politics. That
Okay.
is an average Chinese thing. That's not what an average Indian thinks. Like
Right.
we always poke day and night on our dinner table with our friends, with our college, with our group, with our Instagram. Everything is filled with politics. India is like that's why India is very argumentative. We want to argument. We can have argument on everything. UCC like bullet train. You must have heard the bullet train आ रहा था तो कितना सारा controversy हुआ था. Just imagine. So that's why China has a lot of advantages
Right.
in that thing.
Also, there
If
is
they
no
want
delay in decision making, right?
exactly, if they want to have a factory in 6 months, they will get it.
Right.
If Indian leaders want to have a factory in 6 months, they'll get it in after 2 years. So that's the reality.
Did Jawaharlal Nehru deny India a place in the United Nations Security Council? It's a question that keeps popping up. It's also a political lightning rod today. Many say India's first Prime Minister handed the seat to China, that he tried to appease our communist neighbor. Is there any truth in these claims? Who exactly offered to make India a permanent UNSC member, and why did Nehru say no?